And I think we are live.
Welcome back to our podcast. If this is your first time you're watching or listening, every Sunday we cover the latest tech news, trends, and product reviews. Join us for in depth discussions on gadgets, software, and industry insights. In today's news section, we will cover Amazon Prime tips and hacks to make the most of Prime Day. Join us weekly by subscribing to our live podcast or join us for the replay on Spotify and Apple Podcast.
And that's new, right? So this is we now have the podcast streaming from Spotify and Apple Podcasts, which we're really excited about.
So cool.
It's very cool. We're also going to have it streaming on Google. So it's going to be.
Oh, yeah, they have a podcast.
Yeah, so we're going to be on Google Podcasts, but the two main ones are Spotify and on Google. But if you're really coming to YouTube to do it, we love having you live. We're just trying to give you guys more options, especially for those that want to get the replay or being able to get this content, especially if, let's say, for example, that you guys are at work. So there is a lot to discuss today. And it's like every Sunday we have a lot that we're covering, right?
Yes. Always something. And technology is like, boom, every day there's something going on.
There's a lot. And we are going to be covering Amazon deals and strategies for you to maximize that Amazon Prime. And I was surprised to learn how big of a shopping day it really is Amazon Prime. It is massive, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to give you all the things that you need to know in order to be able to get the most out of that day. And more importantly, how do you prepare? But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about some of the products that we reviewed, because we had some really cool products on the channel last week, and we have some really cool ones this week. So we're going to cover one of the ones that we just talked about today, but then we're also going to cover the ones that actually came in last week. And one of the things that we have here, and I'm going to go ahead and start this up so you can see this. This is a really, really cool product. This right here, and I'm just going to let the video play. I'm going to have it on mute while it's playing, is an exercise bike. And we've reviewed exercise bikes and exercise products on the channel before. Love having these type of products on the channel because, and I'm going to just pause this right here for a second, because it's really about fitness and being able to maintain your weight or lose some weight. And part of our weight loss journey has been working out daily on an exercise bike. And some of you may be thinking about Peloton or some other program. And, you know, we're also talking about very affordable technology. So this isn't going to break the bank. If you look at a Peloton bike, it is in the several $1,000s. You don't have to spend that kind of money to stay fit.
Especially you're going to let it sit there and collect dust.
Especially, unfortunately, that does happen.
Yeah, it does.
Right. So for many, what ends up happening is I'm not going to go into it. In some cases, it could happen. We're really regular about our bikes. Also, our son uses, I find him all the time on this bike.
At night, he uses it.
He's using it. I hear this beeping going on. But let me talk to you about this bike. The cool thing about this bike is that it has a magnetic resistance system. So what you're seeing right here is you can see the dial where my hand is, and then you see the app. So typically, if you have worked out on Peloton or any kind of program, the instructor will say, hey, raise the resistance to X, right? And they'll say 10%, 20%, 30%, right? You've done it, right?
Yeah, I have.
And what
I can never reach the resistance because my legs are killing me by that time. But yeah, I have used that.
And in what ends up happening is you're turning this dial, so squeak, and it becomes it's not painful, but it's just like it's a pain sometimes, right? Because sometimes it's not exact, right? You have to like turn it a little bit, and sometimes you go over, sometimes you go under, right?
Yeah, it has happened to me in the past.
So the cool thing about this bike is that it has magnetic resistance that is based on the dials. Now, if you use their workout app, what happens is as the app, the pre-programmed workout takes place, what this thing will do is it will automatically turn on the resistance for you.
That's awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, our last bike didn't do that.
No. It didn't do that. So you would have to turn the dial and hope that you got it right and adjust it back and forth in order to get it. But in this case, this will do it automatically. Now, if you are in one of the instructor-led courses and the instructor says, all right, guys, we're going to go up a hill.
Let's go.
And you're getting up a hill and basically says, we're going to go on a level 5 incline. What ends up happening is the bike does it automatically.
Oh, that's so cool.
It is crazy. So you don't have to worry about turning that dial. I found that that's pretty cool. Now, if you don't like instructor-led classes, you do have these
That would be me.
routines, right? The routines on
Yeah.
the phone, and they do support multiple apps, right? And what you can do is you can actually have the app will automatically change it for you. It's almost like when you go to the gym, there's these, there's different machines at the gym that you can program it for a specific workout, and it will automatically change,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Make things, if you're doing the elliptical, if you're doing the bike or whatever
Yeah.
it is, it changes. Well, this does it just like that. But the cool thing is that you are able to do this in your home. So, so this is what sets for me this bike apart so much is that you can have in your home. And as I'm changing the resistance on the app, what you're going to see is the app will change and the number will change, but then the actual dial itself is going to change as well. So very cool bike. And the other thing is I'm up typically around 6 in the morning
Way too early for me.
for the workouts. And if I make too much noise,
You wake me up.
yep.
Yeah. I don't hear you work up at all.
Nope. And that's because this thing is whisper quiet. So it makes no noise. This thing is like super duper quiet. And and if you're again a parent or wake up before your spouse does and you're looking for a quiet workout, this is the way to go. Now, for those of you who are Peloton subscribers, and I subscribe to Peloton and I have my favorite instructors that I'm following. I like the ones that are really, really intense. We're talking about 8 to 9 intensity. I can use this as well. It's not going to do the auto adjustment, but it's going to work and it's going to give me the type of experience that, that it's just, the fact that it's so quiet and that it gives you that, that overall automatic change if you need it is pretty cool. So that's a cool experience, and we're able to tuck this away, right? Do you want to talk about where we put it so that while I bring up the next video?
Well, we put it on the side of our wall right next to our sofa, which it's not an eyesore, I guess you can say. I'm actually okay with it being there. And plus our son, like I said, at night, he doesn't move it. He leaves it right there and he'll just work out from that corner.
So it has some wheels on it and you can actually move it.
We use a mat though.
But we use a mat. And here's a pro tip. We started noticing it. Even though these things have wheels, we've noticed that sometimes the wheels, depending on your floors, and we have oak floors.
Yes.
And what we notice is that if you move these back and forth and they're heavy, you can indent the floor.
Yeah.
So we
don't
do that anymore. We don't move them around. And even though we've even changed the wheels, we just leave it on the corner. It's on a mat and we're fine with it. And I do, like I mentioned, work out to Peloton with this bike. Now, there was another product that we reviewed, and this is for those of you who are, let's say, into gaming. And this product right here is from a company called HyperX. Now, HyperX, and we'll pause this right here, known in the industry for creating gaming solutions.
They're really cool ones because we saw them at CES.
Yeah, we saw them at CES. Great company. And the neat thing about these is these are wired headphones. So they have a great boom mic, which means that if you're chatting and you're playing with some friends, you're going to be able to use this and have great chats. Also, they have good audio. And what I like about these too is that it requires no battery.
That's good.
So these, no battery whatsoever. The cool thing about these too is that they'll work cross-platform. So if you have a Nintendo Switch, you can plug these into them. If you have an Xbox, you can plug them into them. And it doesn't matter which Xbox, right? As long as it has the audio jack, you can connect it. If you also have, let's say, a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, it's going to work. If you're going to connect it to a PC, it's going to work too. So it's really going to work on all of your devices. And if you are, let's say, have an iPad or have a phone and it does not have an audio jack, because they've been gone for quite some time, the audio jacks, right? It does have a USB-C or a USB-A connector that you can connect it directly into those. Because let's face it, a lot of people are starting to play off of their phones, right? And their tablets. And that's definitely an option. So this is another, this was a great product that we've been checking out. We enjoy this one. I thought it really did well in our tests. I just noticed that in one of our tests, very noisy environments, you can still pick up the noise, but the chat quality was really, really good. It was able to really do away with that.
I'm sorry. I'm surprised that one of our kids hasn't taken it yet.
I expect that it will disappear really, really soon. I expect it will. Now, the other product that we looked at, and this goes along the lines of the home theater experiences.
Oh, I know what you're going to talk about.
So why don't you talk about what happened in our living room while I bring it up?
Oh my God, it became a Dolby theater. I mean, the screen is, out of all the screens, I think we have currently at home, we have like 4 electric screens. This is humongous. It's huge. It took up our whole wall.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
120-inch screen. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Not only is it 120 inches, but this screen, first of all, it's voice activated. So you can use Google or Alexa to
Are you serious?
You can
I did not know this.
You can open up the screen and close the screen. And what I want you to see is you see the floor right there, and you see, I'm going to move the mouse around here. If you look at where we have that projector, it is maybe 6 inches from the screen. And this projector is also from this company, WeMax. It's called the Nova. We've reviewed this projector before on the channel. It is no more than 6 inches from the actual screen. And you're going to see this in a second, 120-inch image.
Yeah. We were watching YouTube yesterday. And honestly, I was like, oh, snap. I didn't know we were watching on the screen. That's how good it is.
It is. It's massive. So let's put it into perspective. 120 inches. The screen is, and you said something that was so cruel, and I'm going to say it because I just have to play the victim card here. And that was, this thing is 76 inches tall.
Oh my God.
And so what does Nola tell me? She says, did you see how tall this is? She says, well, you're not that tall to begin with. I was like, what? I says, you're so mean. It says, I am proud to be 5'6", and I would say 5'6", almost 7. But almost, I mean, and I would even
almost 5'2".
And I would say also, one of the things that we are proud is that both of our children are taller than us.
So if you want tall kids, you're gonna bury it.
It's like we're good. So check this out. This thing, I'm gonna hit the play button so you can watch this. It basically will basically move up and extend itself in a matter of 8 seconds. And then as it's doing it, it kind of tightens itself off it's like smooth like glass. And then you're going to see this image that comes up here. I just want you guys to notice the windows behind it. Notice the brightness in the windows behind it. This is in daylight. And look at the image quality on the right side. Now on the left side, it gets even better. So once darkness kicks in, you can see that this looks spectacular, right? Even more. So you see the red start popping, the darks start getting even darker. But it is, so here you can see the differences side by side. So literally what I did here is I did 2 shots. I kept the camera in the same position. I did this shot like at 8 in the morning. And then this was about 9 o'clock at night. And what you're seeing right there is the actual image quality that's coming from that projector that is sitting no more than 6 to 8 inches from the projector. From the screen. So, and again, this is an angle view. So notice how close my hand is to the screen, and I'm tapping the screen on the side. So it has 160-inch or 160-degree angle when it comes to viewing angle. Look how clean this is. So this is what I'm talking about here about, home theaters. So this is a way where you can have, if you have an existing TV, because, some of the questions that our friends have with us, is, especially as we're talking about home theaters, is they go like, what do I do with my existing TV?
Sell it.
Well, you could sell it, but let's say
I'll move it to another room.
But let's say you want to keep it for whatever reason. Let's say you want to. Well, imagine that what you have is the projector there with that screen that is completely movable. Like you can put it away and you can take it out when you want it. And then imagine then having it over, in front of your existing TV. So if you have a special movie night where, like for us, it's going to be Dragons. We talked about that before.
We loved watching Dragons on big screens.
Yeah, we love watching Dragons. Or if we see big premieres and you want to have like kind of a movie experience at home, you can definitely do this. This product, I'll give you guys a hint, is currently on sale. The screen is, and so is the projector. And what's going to happen is there's going to be Prime deals too. So this is one that you want to watch out for if you want to have something that looks like this. Yeah, so this is kind of like Prime Insider tip. No, it's already advertised on their site, but
darn it.
But I'm letting you know because you haven't probably checked it out. So these are some of the products that we have. We have other projectors that have come in that we're going to be looking at. We have a projector that will be the video release will come out next week from BenQ. We have also some audio products that have come in for work or for play. So you hear, again, look at the quality difference right here. Just like, I'm just in love with this projector. So there is a lot of products that are coming out, and we've been spending more time with the actual laser engraver, with the P2 laser engraver.
Yeah.
And do you want to talk about what we made?
You talking what we made yesterday?
Yeah, what we made yesterday.
Oh, how big was that board? It was a big pine.
12 by 36. 12 inches by
36 long.
by
It was
36
super
inches
long. And we made a board. As you all know, I love Pomeranians. So if you ever want to buy me a gift, make sure it has a Pomeranian on it. And we put this board on the P2 because the machine is so big, we had to put it on the floor because you need X amount of space on one side. And then when it comes out through the other side, which was, what did they say, like 10 feet on each side, 8 to 10 feet?
Yeah, so the P2 basically has the ability to engrave, has a conveyor, which basically
conveyor belt.
The conveyor goes forward and back. And so if you put a 4-foot board, you need 4 feet in front of it and 4 feet behind it because it goes through and then it comes back. So it's able to engrave, long pieces of wood.
Yeah, but you got to also take in consideration the machine itself is big.
Yeah.
So, so we had no table that can fit it, so we ended up putting it on the floor, and the board actually came out really nice.
Yeah, it really. If you check out, I did a short on it, and I may have some other shorts so you can see what it. And there's going to be an update on that video. It's going to be part 2, and it should be either tonight or tomorrow on YouTube. And it's basically going to be covering the rotary tool that gives you the ability to engrave like Yetis and things like
cups,
that.
Yeah.
And then creating these boards. And we've been doing a lot of research on this, and it's no joke. This is a side hustle. Is like big deal side hustle.
People
right?
can make money off of this.
Yeah, 6 figures money.
There was someone that we're watching that she bought the machine, and it took her after selling 3 months to pay off her machine off.
Yeah, I think that's the really important thing. So many of you, as you see these products that we have, and especially if you think about the engravers that we had, we showed 2 products: the F1 from X-Tool,
my favorite.
Right, that's our favorite. It's very fast and small.
Yes.
The second one that we saw from X-Tool was the P2, which was a very large format. And there have been several YouTubers who are also small business people, and one of them basically bought a new machine and was able to pay off the machine in under 3 months. And then beyond that, everything is profit. Well, without the cost of materials and things like that. So if you're looking to have an Etsy store, start a small business, and you want to do it from the convenience of your home, there's an initial investment for anything and everything, right, that you want to get into.
You want to make money, you got to spend money.
You do, right? But you can pay this off really quick. This woman, I think she says she was making $3,000 a month.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
$3,000 a month, right? And she just started, like she said, I started a brand new Etsy store, started everything, and she was bringing down $3,000 a month. So think about that. If you can afford to make an initial investment and then see a reoccurring revenue, you're gonna have to put some work in there, right? Of $3,000 to $5,000. I know people who are doing this that are making 6 figures.
Wow.
So there's a lot of potential with this. We also have another laser engraver that's going to be coming in. We're working with another company called Monoport, and we're going to have on the channel a fiber laser. This is going to be our first industrial fiber laser, right? So this
Do we even have room for it?
I don't know. That's for another show.
He agreed to and hasn't spoken to me about it.
Yeah. So it's but we've never had one of these. This is another. The whole thing about these machines, the F1, which is not a fiber, but it's a fast machine in the fibers, is that you can take this to a trade show, right?
You can even just take it out in your front, your driveway, and start a business.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it in front of my house.
I'm just saying that's how compact it is and how easy it is to travel.
What I like about it is the compact nature and how fast it is. So if you want to personalize a slate, if you want to personalize jewelry, and imagine not having to have waste, and someone comes by and says, "I'd like to have my daughter's name on it," you can do this in under a minute.
Yeah.
And then you can, and then again, if you could do that quick, it turns into a pretty sweet side hustle. So you're going to see a couple of those videos coming in. Now, one of the things I wanted to highlight is we're going to be going over the tips now for Amazon. And what I did here is in our show notes, you're going to see the steps of things that you need to do. Now, the very first thing, and we're going to go through this together, right? The
most important one.
It is the most important thing. And you're going to say, oh my God, you're having us spend money again.
Not really.
No, you don't, because check this out. Notice what I have on the first one. It says, the first thing is you have to have a subscription to Amazon Prime.
So you got to become a member
You
first.
have to become a member. But if you use this link, you will get the first 30 days free. 30 days free Amazon Prime. If you are a student and you're working on a budget, let's face it, you will be able to get this at a discount, right? So you have either through you're a student or as let's say a parent, or if you're an adult and you don't have the opportunity for student discount, you can still get 30 days free. So let's go ahead and click on this so that we can see this. It's going to update for a second.
I love when our kids were in college, they got that discount.
Oh yeah, our boys
They're
definitely
huge Amazon.
They use Amazon. My our youngest doesn't grocery shop. He orders everything through Amazon and gets things in. So check this out. So here you see, because I'm logged in right now, and as soon as I clicked on the link, it says, "Hey, ABP man, you can get 30-day free trial." So Amazon Prime, which is one of the largest shopping events outside of Black Friday, is going to be on the 11th and 12th
of July.
So
just
and we're going to talk about the categories.
2 weeks away?
So I would advise, if you're not an Amazon Prime subscriber, get the deal today or tomorrow. Take advantage of this, because then
the sooner the better, actually.
Because then you'll be able to purchase the goods that you're going to be looking for on Amazon Prime Day, and you won't have to pay for shipping.
Yeah.
So you get free shipping. The other thing is, the great thing about Amazon is that with Amazon, you can actually return items if they don't work out, because a lot of people are concerned about buying clothes on Amazon.
You can return those.
But you can. Yeah. And there's different programs. So here, when you look at this, fast free delivery, in some cases, you're going to get same day, 1 day, or 2 day.
Our child groceries.
Yeah. You could do the grocery piece here. You could do, again, you could also, right, with this subscription, you're going to be getting Amazon Prime for movies.
Oh,
right?
That's good.
It's something that we take advantage of as well. There's also music that you get, right? And you get some other Prime benefits. So you're going to get gaming, you're going to get some exclusive deals, even books. So again, and then this is what we want. This is the reason why we're recommending it. You want it so that you can take advantage of the exclusive Prime Days sales, right? So we were talking about cost, Nola. You were asking about like how much does this cost? So basically, it's going to be $14.99, right, for after the trial. But you are able to get it for 30 days. And then, here are some of the discounts. If you're qualified, you have qualified government assistance, you can be able to get a discount up to 50%. And if you're a college student, you can get a discount as well. So make sure that's step one, right? That is numero uno. And then the next thing is, once you've done that, here's going to be our next tip. So you want to give the first tip?
The first tip, okay, when we spoke about
we did the Prime
that you have to become a member.
Yep.
And the second thing is that you can plan ahead and make a wish list.
Yeah.
Again, you can only see that if you're a member.
Yeah.
So
the cool thing, and the reason why you want to do a wish list, is because with the wish list, if the item that you're looking at goes on sale,
then they notify you.
They're going to notify you. So right now, the key about this is like, you want to go shopping now, go through and then check the things that you say, these are the things I want to know if they go on sale. That's going to make it easy, because then you don't have to go every day on Amazon Prime Day trying to check things out. And if you turn on the notifications, if there is a deal, and the thing about Prime Day is that the deals are until the products sell out, because it can be quantity based or it could be time based. Then you won't miss the deal because you'll get notified. So right now you go in, you say, I want this. And basically what you're saying is, if it goes on sale, let me know. So if there's something that you wanted to see, you'll want to be able to take care of that. That's the first thing you want to do. In order to do that, because if you're doing it off the desktop, what was the next tip? That was tip 3.
The Amazon app.
Yeah.
If you haven't downloaded, I recommend you download the Amazon app.
Download the Amazon app, so that way
you have it with you everywhere. So if anything, notifications,
you don't want to wait to get home, right? So if something goes on sale and you want to grab it, you can do it. The other thing is, for the actual during Amazon, there are steep, huge discounts. I'm going to talk about some of the categories, but this is going to be the number one category. If you are interested in an Alexa device for either music or Amazon Fire Stick or any of the Amazon products, during Prime Day is the best time to get it. That's where you're going to get the biggest discounts.
Wow. You can get a lot of those the things on because I was reading up on it. So yeah, I mean, you get the Kindle, you get the Eco speakers, the Fire tablets. I mean, there's just all those things that you can take advantage on
Well,
Amazon.
they got robots now too. So if you're looking to get a robot, you can get that robot too. They have that one that looks like a dog. It's
oh yeah, you're right.
It's expensive. I don't know what kind of discount it's going to have, but that's not going to be really expensive. I can't. If I get one for review, I'll check it out. But
Amazon, send us one.
No. And we're going to help you out. So if you've been watching our channel and you see a product and you say, gosh, I wish that was on sale. If it was on sale, I'd buy it. Right? Well, if we go back, we're going to go back to this list. I just want to show you something that we did for you. So notice our picks for Prime Day. I'm going to be loading up a list that is going to be accessible to everyone who watches this podcast. And feel free to share this with your friends. We're going to put it on the socials. And this is going to have the products that we reviewed. So you'll be able to see this curated list of all the things that we reviewed on the channel. I have over 2,000 videos. Right? I think we're at 77 million views. Is it something
close?
Like that?
Yeah.
It's something
70,
like
75 in the 70s.
So we have a lot of products that we reviewed. So if there's something that you saw and you say, gee, that's super cool, I wish it was available, then you know what? This list is going to be the way for you to go. And I'm going to show you what this list looks like. You can click on that link.
You have everything I love on that list.
You can bookmark it too. So let's go back to this one right here. And we're going to show you what that looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and paste it in. And let's go to this. And here you go. So it's going to be called Prime Day 2023. And the first thing that you'll see on the list are our robots. I love the robots because I volunteer to mop and sweep.
Oh yeah, you volunteer.
As long as all I have to do, check this out, guys, because this is the secret. You do this, bloop, and then you can mop and sweep. That's all it takes. And it works. There is some work because you have to take the tanks, empty out the dirty water.
Yeah.
Right?
Put the water in there.
You have to put clean water. You put a little Fabuloso in there to make it smell good.
Mr. Clean.
Or Mr. Clean.
Yeah.
You can do with either one. So the robots, highly recommend the robots. And the robots are pretty smart. So
you do have to move things away up from the floor,
Well, some of the things you have to, right? Some of the things you have to. And then the other thing is if you don't trust robots, right?
He trusts them.
I trust them. The one that we reviewed recently.
My favorite.
Okay, talk about that one.
The Roborock Dyad Pro, the wet and dry vacuum cleaner. I mean, we had a friend of ours, she cleans houses for a living, and we had her try it out, and it's like, oh my God, I love this. But she says the floor feels super clean after.
And she said it. She says, I do this for a living.
Yeah.
And I know, and I can't do it in her accent, I know when the floor is clean. This is clean. And I was like, wow.
To come from her, that was a good. That's a nice compliment.
And it was like kind of like an angry, passionate, like, don't question me. I know when the floors are clean.
Yes.
And this thing cleans it.
Yeah, she loved it. So she's probably going to be checking out.
So talk about this thing has some cool features. We reviewed on the channel. And I know, guys, you guys are thinking about, wow, you guys are really geeking out about a vacuum mop. But we have 4 dogs.
There's a saying, work smarter, not harder. Hello.
Yeah. So it has a really cool feature about
it detects.
Go ahead, talk about it because it
has a light. So it goes from red and then blue, right? So the red signifies that the floor is dirty. Mm-hmm. So you have to kind of like keep mopping. And once it cleans it thoroughly, it goes, you see all the whole blue. So now you can continue. So at least the floor's so clean. I mean, you can literally, I think your father used to say, it's so clean we can eat off the floor. Yeah. That's how clean it is.
So you can tell, and guys, you know this, if you're barefoot walkers, a lot of us are in the house. We don't wear shoes in the house. But it is. Me. When you walk on a clean floor, you can tell. When you walk after the Roborock does its cleaning, you can tell. And what I like about it too, and I swear it's doing this, and I'll see what you think about this. I think it really does a good job with the grout too.
It does.
Right? Because it seems like when we would pass it, like
even our hardwood floors
too.
Yeah. It doesn't leave streaks or anything.
Nolda's really about keeping things nice and tidy. And she was like, this is not going to do a good job like I do. And first thing she does, she starts mopping the floor. She says, okay, let's see what it does. And we put it through. and then the light turns red. And what she does is she doesn't believe it. She goes like, it's like blah 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 blah, right? All that. Well, that I hear blah 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 blah, but she's just complaining about the tech and saying, that's fake. It's not really working. And then when we empty out the water tank,
that's what our Grace was saying. She's like, oh my God, the tank they took out all the dirt.
Yeah,
she couldn't believe it. I'm like, see, we're not crazy.
The tank. I'm telling you, when she did it with the tank, she was like, and so she cleans for a living, and she said, if the biggest challenge for her was, she said, was the battery.
The battery,
she
because
she goes,
you have to charge it.
She goes from home to home cleaning, and that's the one challenge that she had. So this right here again is a great product. It also self dries the rollers, right? So you don't get stinky rollers. It sanitizes, it does all this crazy stuff to it. So highly recommend that. But again, looking at this list, you'll see projectors here. You'll see some gadgets that we looked at, some screens that we reviewed on the channel, some speakers that we reviewed on the channel. You guys remember a couple of weeks ago, we talked about the status between 3A and C. We talked about those as well as being amazing when it came to audio quality, and they did really, really well when it came to call quality. Watch the video. So you'll see here that we have projectors, like we have the AWOL. I know, guys, this is expensive. When you see that number, it makes you want to have a heart attack. Great projector, but it probably is going to be on sale, even though it's going to have to be a big sale for many. BenQ, you see this right here. We do a lot of e-bikes and scooters, so helmets are important. And yes, the helmets you want to have, you don't want to go cheap on a helmet. It's going to protect your head. And
that microphone's the one I'm using right now.
Yeah. So check this out. If you are looking to get into podcasting or looking to do any kind of content creation, I'm speaking on a Shure $400 microphone. Nilda's speaking on a $59 microphone.
Yes.
So why don't you go ahead and speak up for a second?
Hi. What? Want me to speak up?
We just so that people can hear you.
Oh, yeah. This microphone, it sounds so clear. I think we were doing a test. I think mine did sound better. Sorry.
I don't know.
You don't have to spend a lot of money.
So this is the Shure, $400. That is the...
How do you pronounce it? Fiduci?
F-Deuce.
F-Deuce?
Yeah, F-Deuce. It's weird. I don't know why they would call it. But it sounds good. $59.
It's worth it. And then you know what? If they have goes on sale, well worth it.
Imagine if it's $25.
Man, I'll be like buying like 10 of those.
If it goes $25, it's crazy. So then you can see also that Focusrite is, if you want to have, again, a little audio setup, you could go with the Focusrite as well. It's something that I use. The Vocaster, I use it somewhere else. We have this robot here that you can use as well. So this is if you get a pool, above ground, underground pool. Scooters that we've looked at. And I stop at this one because Nilda stopped. She goes, It's like handcuffs. What are these for?
I would use it for a bike.
So the one thing, this is PG-13
Something
show.
Else came up
PG-13 show. So this is these are actually for scooters and for bikes. So you can use these to tie up, especially to poles if you're in the city, or poles. Anywhere around. You'll be able to tie this up.
Hey, you said it. I did it.
I said it. Right. So you can tie things up. Screwdrivers. This is a great screwdriver. The Hodo electric driver. This is a really good driver.
Oh yeah, you guys use that all the time.
Yeah, we use this. We use this here in the house. And then what I want you to see is, I wanted to mention something. Notice that even some of the scooters, 40% off. Look at this scooter, the wheel speed. This scooter is 40% off now. And this leads us to the next tip. And that is that during Amazon Prime, like leading up to Amazon Prime Day, there are tons of deals.
Tons of early deals. Yes.
Early deals. So yes. This is why you want to get your Amazon Prime account now, because look at that. 40% off. That's $450 from $749 for the wheel speed scooter.
And that's a really good scooter.
It is a really, really good scooter.
Yeah.
It is a really, really good scooter. And there's some other deals right here. Look at this one. 26% off the Tanico Floor 1 S5. Now we tested the Tanico. The Tanico performed really well. We didn't, we felt that the Roborock did a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but if, there are different price points, we would go for the Roborock, but the Tanico also did well. Not as well though. So we just want to highlight that. So, and then you can see here, we have the bike that we were talking about. Right now, you don't see that there's no major sale going on, but you may. And then you can see the WeMax screen that we just saw there. And if you click into this one, I think it's right now $200 off. Once you go in there, there's a coupon that you can add, and you can do more. And then you can see here that we looked at the JMGO, that projector that we've talked about in the channel as well. And I'm just sharing with you guys some of the things that are the most popular from the products that we've reviewed. And these are the things that we see that folks are purchasing a lot. So, we just want to share with you some of the things that are going on there. So that's kind of like just to recap, some of the tips and things that we should be looking at. So number one, make sure that you get yourself your Prime account, right? Make sure that you have your Prime account. Nelda, what was number two?
Plan ahead and make a wish list.
Plan ahead and make a wish list. Number three is download the app, right?
Yes.
And number four?
Consider Amazon devices and brands, because
Right.
then you probably get a really good deal.
And number five?
Take advantage of early deals and extras.
We just showed you a couple of early deals. Now, so if you think about what did well in 2022 and what's going to do well in 2023, you don't know, but there's some trends. Number one, and I'm just looking at my notes here, my number one on the list was Amazon devices, and we talked about that. So you're going to be able to get Alexa devices and anything that is Amazon brand at a steep discount. And one of the things I would also encourage you to check out, and I do this a lot, Nola knows I do this a lot, there is something called the Amazon warehouse.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Right? And
do a lot of people know about that?
I don't think a lot of people know about the Amazon warehouse. When you're searching on Amazon, there's a section.
You have to be an Amazon Prime member.
I don't know if you have to be Prime for Amazon warehouse. So Amazon warehouse is where people return things, right? I've picked up things that are completely unused. Somebody ordered it, they got the wrong thing, and they sent it back. And the one thing about Amazon is they'll tell you in the item, if something is used, they'll tell you if there's a blemish or not, like new. And I've been so lucky. I've picked up some really good things that have been several $100s off. Now, think about this. For the deal week, right? They're going to want to try to get rid of all of that inventory that they have.
Yeah.
Right. So keep an eye on the warehouse, right? Keep an eye on the warehouse. I do. And even some of the gear, I'm just looking around the stuff that we have here. I've purchased, like even you can't see this right here, but I have right in front of me a Rodecaster Pro 2. And I was able to pick this up, open box. It was, I think, about $200 to $300 cheaper. Like I never see this get this inexpensive. And I said, I'm going to cross my fingers and I'm going to see what I get. And wouldn't you know, it was spanking new. It hadn't been. It wasn't.
I don't think whoever was returning it didn't even use it.
It wasn't even turned on or anything. And I was like, wow. And I got something up to $300 off. And again, this is a great product. I never see it go any cheaper. And it gives us this amazing audio that you're hearing here.
Yeah, and gives us some cute voices too.
Yeah, and it has all these special effects that we play with. So Amazon warehouse, Amazon devices. The other category. What's another category that folks could take advantage of?
Okay, well, the tech and electronics?
Yeah, tech and electronics. Huge tech and electronic time.
Yeah. I'm thinking a lot for college students. Kids are going back to school. Take advantage of all this tech.
It's the perfect time.
Sale.
It's a perfect time for parents. So if you have a college student, it's the way to go.
Anywhere they can save money.
Anywhere you can save money. And you guys remember the glasses that we were talking about a couple weeks ago in the previous podcast? I'm going to have them listed here. I'm adding to the list.
Actually, I'm thinking of using those.
When?
Just use it on a regular basis. I'm getting tired of looking down at my phone all the time. My neck.
Okay. Well, they're here, so you can definitely use them.
Straight ahead.
So if you have if you have a son or daughter that is going to a dorm and you want to give them the ability to privately watch some content without having to buy the TV, then it's definitely the way to go, especially with some headphones and things like that. That works really well. Another category that I'll mention is home and kitchen appliances, blenders, right? Mixers, right? Toasters,
floor cleaners,
mm-hmm. Huge discounts. We're going to have those on the channel. Now, the fourth one, I don't know. I don't do a lot of that. What do you think about number 4?
Fashion.
Yeah.
Our kids use that a lot.
Do they?
Yeah, especially our youngest. He buys clothes off of Amazon. Okay. I have yet to see him return anything.
Okay. So clothing, shoes, accessories, are going to be incredibly discounted. And I'm going to show you, there's a sneaky page. There's a page like, it's a dangerous page. So I was kind of tempted not to show it, but I'm going to go ahead and
Why?
show it.
Why is it sneaky?
Because it's the page you go to when you don't know where you want to spend your money. Think about when you window shop, do you know
No.
what you're going to buy?
No.
Window
That's what's
shopping
called
is
window shopping.
yeah, it's just to see what they have, right? It's dangerous because it's not a need,
It's a want.
it's a want, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you the want page because Amazon has a want page. And when you see it, you're going to like, oh, I want that too. So it is.
I don't need it, but I want it.
It is a want page. And this is something I didn't know existed. And I'm going to keep it from Nelda, but you know what? She's going to find out now.
I do find Amazon to be dangerous.
So here is, I'm going to show you, this is that do you need it or do you want it page. You ready? All right.
No, should I close my eyes?
We're going to show it. Let me go ahead and bring it up on the right page. Here it is right here. Go ahead. I'm going to paste it in here.
I'm going to have one eye open.
This is Amazon's most wished for page.
Oh.
Okay. So what you see here is, and the link is in the description as well. Notice these are the things that people are wishing for the most in specific categories, right? So most wish for Amazon devices. Look at this. Number 1, a Ring doorbell. Number 2, an Echo, right? Number 3, number 4, you can see them. So they are basically, what this is like, most people are putting this in their list. Remember we said about making the list? That's what you were saying. That was like one of the top.
Make a wish list.
Make the wish list. This is what people have in their wish list. So you can, I don't know if you could call this cheating.
No, it's not cheating. It's just being prepared.
Yeah. So basically what you have here is the wish list, right? And it's by category.
My wish would be super long.
Right. So look at all these. It has all these things that you want to wish for, that you're wishing for. So if I go over here and I say, you know what, I'm the electronics guy, so I want to see computer accessories. Right now, notice this. These are the number 1 things. Look at this for the kids.
Yeah, because they break it so much, they need to.
Right. So check that out. You could then say, you know what, I want to look at the number 1 list for laptops. You know how many times I have family who ask me, hey, what's the best laptop? Right?
Yeah, they do.
What you can do is say, hey, what is in demand? So here, notice this, no surprise. Apple 2020 MacBook, right? That's the one thing that's in everyone's wish list. Followed by this
laptop here. Wow, I have good reviews too.
Yeah, look at this one right here next to it, right? But look at the price difference. Ooh, I think the $259 sounds better. I don't know. But then there's that, then again, Apple again, you go to the $1,000 and you see Acer has something. I'm surprised that Acer is ranking so high. It was never really known as a really strong brand. But it's there. So the Amazon wish list is something that you guys should really take a look at because it's, again, it's an opportunity for you to, see what other people are putting in their list. And it's something that you can also consider, when you're making your own list. And let me show you where that link is. You're going to find that right here. Looking for ideas for Amazon Prime Day. This is the wish list, right? Now, one other link that we're going to go into, which is this one right here. And this is the Amazon Prime main page. This is Amazon Prime Day main page. So if you're looking, and I'm going to go ahead and bring that page up because it disappeared on us. I'm going to copy that and put it in here so you guys can see it. If you're thinking about, hey, you know what, how can I see these early deals? Right. So if you go in here, you'll notice that it's highlighting up to 60% off of Amazon devices. This is why we said hey, this is the way to go. And then what you start seeing is these are, notice this, invite only Prime deals. Look how crazy this is. If you're looking for 43-inch TV, 75% off with Prime.
That's crazy.
This is great.
This is better than Black Friday.
So 75% off, you can get that. And the cool thing about it is, again, but notice how it is. It says you have to have Prime.
Yeah.
And what I've noticed sometimes is when you have Prime, you get early access to the deal that's coming in later. What that means is that if there is low inventory, you're going to be able to get into it before the inventory is out. Right.
For people who don't have a membership.
Right. Notice this one. 45% off with Prime, right? Some of these deals are on now. And so you don't really have to wait for these deals. 23andMe is pretty cool. So if you guys haven't looked into that,
I haven't
that's
done
the
that
way to go.
yet.
We have a kit, but Nolda's afraid to do it.
I'm a
She is being a little chicken right now with that. So anyways, hopefully you can use these links. Using these links also helps us on the channel, helps us continue to create content like this, and helps us, again, just grow everything that we're doing here.
Yeah.
So those were our tips, right? A couple other categories that we'll just highlight. I just wanted to share with you is toys and games for kids is going to be a big category. Beauty and personal care is going to be the other one. So really, there is something for everybody.
Exactly. You'll always find something. And hopefully you get it for a nice discount.
And you get it for a great discount. So so make sure you check out our links, support the channel by leveraging those links, share our podcast. We are on Apple
and Spotify.
And the cool thing about Spotify is the only podcast solution to date outside of YouTube that also does video. So if you would like to see us go at it, you know, that's you can definitely see us on Spotify as well. And of course, we'd love to have you here. We have another podcast coming up next week. And, you know, maybe we'll have some specific deals, some closer to the deals period. We may be hosting specific podcasts that's going to be unique to the actual deals, right? So we may be doing that as well. We're trying to see if we can get that all coordinated because sometimes the deals come in and out really fast. We do have brands that send us early updates on deals that are being hosted on their own site. So we may host another video that basically speaks to those deals as well. So, hey, you don't have to go to Amazon to get this. You can actually get it over here. A lot of companies are starting to do that. So we'll be covering all the technology that we have on the channel. And again, we're going to have new laser engravers coming in, new 3D printers coming in, new audio products that we have. We have a fantastic e-bike that just came in that we were riding yesterday. It's under embargo. We really can't speak to the brand. But there was like a sighting at one of the Andy's ice cream places that we frequent.
Yeah. And
so we rode down to Andy's and got some ice cream, and it was there. And while Nilda drives, which one do you drive?
C3 Strom.
Yeah. So Nilda's a C3 Strom rider, which looks like a motorcycle.
That's vintage.
And it's like a vintage bike. Hers is a great looker. But this one is a great looker too. It has 5 shocks, 2 rear suspension shocks, actually more than 5. 2 rear suspension shocks, 1 middle shock, 2 in the front, and it drove me crazy because the seat has shocks too. So I like a firm saddle. As I was doing one of these things, you know how when you're biking and you kind of like, you know what I'm talking about, wobbles. It was wobbling with me, and I'm like, this is weird, but it was very comfortable.
You sure it was a chair?
Yeah, it was a saddle. It was a saddle. But it's fast. I was going 30 miles an hour. I like electric on this thing.
Yeah, my C3 Strom, I was doing what, 31?
31.
And that's on a 1. Yeah.
Yeah. So Nilda's a lot tinier than I am, so she's able to go even faster, I'm sure, on this thing, because she would just like take off. But it's a great bike. It's a great bike. So have a great Sunday, folks. We will see you next week. We are looking forward to, again, Amazon Black Friday. And we're looking forward to just sharing with you more tech news. Samsung event is coming up, so we have to talk
about the phone.
So we have new phones coming up. So we're going to do a recap of everything that's new. Apple comes shortly after that. There's just a lot of stuff to talk about. Yeah, the summer. There's always a lot of new things coming out in the summer. Definitely so much to talk about. So guys, have a great weekend. And see you next Sunday, same time. See you next Sunday.